Hello and welcome to my live. I'm Artful Roger. Welcome to my TikTok live. I guess I should be specific. It's Thursday, the 20th of June. Happy summer solstice, official beginning of summer. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome. Give my crew a chance to join up. They know that I'm here at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and typically Thursdays. Sometimes I don't make it. Sometimes I put something out there to let you know that I'm not going to be here. But we are working on this particular clock case right here. And we're going to be showing this in just a moment as soon as my crew arrives. Guys, if you aren't familiar with me, I'm Artful Roger with a D, and I archive these lives on my YouTube channel under the same name. So if you want to look back and see what we've been doing so far here at this craft table, go back and take a look. Garrett. Hello, Garrett. Welcome. Garrett, I was just looking at this. I think this is you, though this is familiar. Thank you, Garrett. Teresa, welcome. Welcome back. Look, I made it. I actually am here for a live on a Thursday night. And it will be a 30-minute live because I have still got to get out of this. Thank you for the heart on the head. But I'll be taking off my uniform and proceeding to the garden to water. People ask me how I water the garden. There's a sprinkler system, but a lot of it is hand watering. So it's a hose end and also a bucket. And I need to do my share of the watering tonight. You're digging the shirt? Thank you, Bridget. Yeah, this is from my unofficial or official costumer, if you will, wardrobe manager for these lives. A person sends me shirts and knows that I love black background shirts, and this shirt came this week, and I really, really love this one. But I've got a lot of shirts. Hey, J. Marie, welcome. I've got a lot of shirts. Chipper! Gay and May is here. Gay and May, what do you think? I like this right here. This is really pretty right here. Everybody's good. Yes. Thank you, Jay. Yes, I love this. I think that my sister told me, my sister and I are very close, and she said that I don't look good in anything that's light colored. She says that she prefers me to wear darker colors like navy blue, black, burgundy, things like that. Winter colors, I think is what they call them. So these black background shirts get approval. And she's going to be watching this on YouTube. So, yes, I'm doing a shout out to my sister. Yeah, Gay, I knew when I opened this one, I knew as soon as I saw that it was black background, you knew. Because you know that the other one that's black background I really like too. That's one of my favorite ones. Actually, I think there's two others out of the, I'm not even going to say how many shirts there are here. There's quite a few. But the ones with the black background, those are the ones that get worn out. I think I told you guys, hey, RSA, I think I told you that I wore one of them. I think the one with the orange hibiscus on it, I was wearing it, had to run some errands, and I actually heard someone who was walking by say, I like that shirt, and the person with them said, what? And they said, that guy back there, that shirt he's wearing, I really like it, and it was the one with the orange. So that hasn't happened. Usually they don't like my old man clothes. I finally got your box ready. Okay. Last minute crafts, shipping in the morning. I'm looking forward to getting it. I can't wait. Melissa, thank you. You can thank Gay and May for her impeccable taste in shirts. Look at this, the back. Yes, this one is exceptionally nice. I have never been a person who's worn Hawaiian shirts. I walk right by the Tommy Bahama section of any department store because I always think I'm not the right demographic for that. But believe it or not, I'm actually going out in public beyond my lives wearing these shirts. So thank you for introducing me to the shirts. No, my sister does not sell the shirts. These shirts are Amazon. This is, I think the brand that I like is Jogal, Jogal. I think that's it. That has turned out to be the brand that I prefer. But yes, where you can get them. My sister just prefers me in dark colors, is what I was saying. It's somewhat Halloweenish, it is, but I don't see Halloween at all in this. And this will definitely be worn during the summer. I don't care where it's going to be worn. Yeah, the print makes us look younger. And maybe it does, you know. Maybe it draws the eye down here and away from here, and maybe that's what helps. So Trent, you're asking what my career is. I am in, I work for a home decor brand, home furnishings and home decor brand called Ballard Designs. I'm in the compliance department. I'm a technical writer. I write their instruction sheets and do some other fireman type jobs for them related to electrical and some other stuff. I've had a colorful career of all kinds of things. I've tried a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I've been around the block in a professional way. And not that block, so don't get any ideas. It's a little like Havana. Okay, I see, J. Marie, I see that. Yes, Gay May, they're fall colors, but come on, I can wear these in summer. This is a summer shirt. They're fall colors, but it's a summer shirt, and I'm loving it. Thanks for the laughing, Trent. Yes, for my my long and broken road to get here. The beginning of my 6th decade on the planet. Woohoo! So yes, thanks, Jen. Welcome back. Yeah, Jen said, no wonder your house is stunning inside. It perhaps, but if you go and look at the Ballard Designs aesthetic and you look at the people who work at Ballard and how their homes are decorated, they're very much in that Ballard Designs kind of theme. That's the way people decorate. If you go and look at my videos, my house is the way Roger and Steve like it, and it's it's granny chic is what I would call it. It's not, I don't think we have a Ballard Designs aesthetic. But you can look, we have Ballard Designs stuff in our house, but I don't think that it's really, you wouldn't see our interior on the front of a catalog, I don't believe. Thank you. Utah Girls, 1977, I'm guessing that UT is Utah. Thank you. I'm so glad. A lot of people are getting inspiration from my garden videos, and that means the world to me. I love it when people tell me that. Jen, thank you. Me too. I absolutely love it. Yeah, my hair is a little different tonight. It's parted in a different place, and it's actually back to my natural hairline instead of me pushing it down. So yeah, because my hairline keeps kind of going back this way, so I've kind of put my hair down that way. So Gay, thank you for noticing. Chuckle says, very stylish. Well, the Halloween cloche, guys, this Halloween clock case has been making some awesome progress. So I've been able to work on it. I worked on it a little bit more tonight. I've taped in some of the stuff so that we can look at it. Is Henry here? He is. Henry, welcome. Henry and I had a nice little chat today about his home state of New Mexico. Henry did not know that Steve and I are New Mexico junkies. We love that state, and we've been there several times. I've been there several times over the years. Have explored it in a lot of places. I love it. It's a beautiful place. I know you guys are having some hard times right now, at least part of it, with the fires, but hopefully with the rain, which I heard on NPR today, the monsoon season has started, I guess is what they said. So the rain may cause mudslides, but at least hopefully it might get the fire down. So Garden Queen saying, I got those planters that you have from H. Potter and very thrilled with the quality. Awesome. H. Potter is an investment, but the quality is really good. The window boxes on my house are H. Potter, the planters on the front porch, and also bought a garden trellis from them as well. The garden trellis weighs a ton, and it's very, very, very nice, high quality. Hello, Yvonne, welcome. Yeah, so monsoon starts around July 1st. So yeah, that's your monsoon season. That part of New Mexico, you know, where Capitan and Lincoln National Forest, all that stuff in there, is part that Steve hasn't seen yet. I really wanted to take him there. Hopefully it's not too damaged by the fires so that when we get back out there, we can enjoy it. He can see how beautiful it is. Yes, Henry, you know Yvonne's here in the live, so as soon as I step away from the set, you can tell her that I have left the set. But believe it or not, I did Yvonne my set tonight by placing the things that I need within. I can see it right there. I can see it here. I can see all my pieces here. So if I leave the set, it's because I did not think far enough ahead. But let me show you what I've done so far with this. Here's the back. Because the window is a little jaggedy on the back, I kind of did some weird brickwork around the window, but you can already see the LEDs inside. You see that? The blue lights are already in there. So let me flip this thing around so you can take a look inside. Hopefully you guys can see it. Now, not everything's in here. I want to... No, you don't, Yvonne. I want to make sure that that's out here. Let's put it in there for the record. Yvonne never gives me a good time. I mean, a hard time. My God. She never gives me a hard time. Or a good time. She gives me absolutely really good advice, and she suggested that I have everything around me close by so that I don't leave the set. So it's really become kind of a rolling joke whenever I have to leave the set that someone's going to tell Yvonne on me, because it's just a joke. But no, absolutely nothing but kindness. All right, here we go. All right, so the chandelier is installed, the jack-o'-lantern is in there and illuminated, fireplace, our girl is in her lighting as we said she would be. The chandelier is shaking around, but there's her little break in the floor. So she's like an apparition, a ghost that's broken out of the wooden floor, and she's floating there in this little cloud of LEDs. It's not translating really well here on the phone. It's just not picking it up beautifully, but I still think you can see, let me slide it this direction and that, and you can see what those blue LEDs are doing. They're really creating that, it's really creating that ethereal kind of look inside. So tonight we're gonna do a little bit more to it. I'll show you some of the pieces and parts that I've collected, but this is the vision, I should say, that I had for this porcelain figure. The figure is from the 1950s, I think. It's made of porcelain, found at an antique store. What would you do to the floor in front of her? What did I do to it? That floor is broken. I broke the wooden floor, and then there's LEDs down there, multicolored LEDs that are inside of a box I built underneath, and then there's batting. I'm leaving the set, Yvonne. Don't look. Yvonne, turn your head. It's this stuff. So it's this floss, or whatever you call this batting, is what's down inside there, which catches the LEDs pretty well and creates kind of a steamy cloud effect is kind of what I'm going for down there. So that's what that is. I wanted her to look like she was floating on a cloud. And it's in white. Yeah, it is. It's white, but it's lit up with multicolored LEDs, so it's probably reading more white, but in person, I didn't do rainbow colors, of course. It's reds and greens and some flickering colors like that. Yeah, I think Chipper says it's awesome. I think it looks pretty good. It's exactly what I thought. It's bluish. Yeah, there's a little bit of blue in there and green. You can see the blue and green and a little bit of purpley pink. So I just kind of mixed it up a little bit. I used colors that I did not use in other places inside here. And then there's the dome up inside I created the dome so that we could hang the chandelier. So let me show you something else while we're looking at it. The bezel arrived from, this is the bezel that's going to go on the front. And a bezel, of course, is the glass, and it's the door. So you can see right there. That's going to go on the front. This was bright brass, and I knocked it down with some black paint mixed with water. So that's what's on here. But that's going to go on the front. And I'm going to see if I can lift this up and hold it at the same time so you guys can see it. What's happened now that I've got the bezel on the front of it is I'm not certain about the dome. So I'm thinking, all along I was thinking that the dome was going to stay this brown and this black, or gunmetal-y, that's not gunmetal, gray, I don't know what that is. Iron, let's go with iron. I may end up painting this black. Just giving this a black effect to look more like this, to kind of match the bezel. And I want it to match this stuff here on the sides, this stuff. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with. But this is looking good. I think the little jack-o'-lantern looks pretty awesome. I love it. And the chandelier is very rustic, so that was a good one too. It really worked out. Yeah, I think so. I think black is what I'm gonna have to do to this to kind of make it looks a little out of place. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not perfect. And I need it to be closer to perfect. Let me kind of scoot it over to the perfect side, just a tad. So, tonight, here's what I want to do. And you guys already know I have to water. I'm going to push this back out. And this is what the back looks like. You guys probably remember. This is the, did I show this to you guys last week? This is scrapbook paper that I turned backwards. It's kind of an iridescent paper that looks like this. And I flipped it over on the back side and then painted it and rusted it. But here, I cut the foam core, I cut out the foam core and made these divots in it. And then I laid wood in there and I made it look more like lath and plaster that's come loose. It's kind of what I was looking for, to give it a rough look. And this is where the fireplace goes over here on this side. There's the curtains that I told you that I was going to cook and burn, which I did do with a lighter. This is what they looked like before. This was the fabric, but you can see that it went from white to scary. But it's kind of the idea. Let's give it that rustic look. Yeah, so this is my background. So what I want to do right now is I'm going to create some side panels. So we're going to create a side panel for right here and for the other side as well, which is over there. So both sides, we need to create side panels. And here you can actually see how the LEDs are situated inside. So they're really set up like stage lights. You've got some lights in the top, and these are, I think these are 4mm diodes down here on the bottom and up at the top, but they really act as perfect spotlights. And the white one you can see right there. That white one is our spotlight for our girl. And there's all the LEDs, the diodes going into the back of the fireplace, which create the sparkly whatever effect that is. So that's how it is. Yeah, guys, thanks for tapping the screen. Pushes the live out. You know, some more people can be tortured by this live. So if the more you tap it, the more it goes out to the FYP, so more people are subjected to the Artful Roger effect. So we want to make sure that you are sharing the agony. So let's do that. Alrighty. That said, I'm going to do some measuring real quick. Oh, the chandelier. Yes. Well, let me show it to you. Now you can really see it. Whoops. Let me get my hand out of the way. Yeah, I unscrewed some of the light bulbs so it looks a little more burnt out. It's not going to stop moving because I'm shaking. But there it is. It's kind of got that wonderful rustic look to it, which I really like. You've got a few good things. Good. I was wondering, Chipper, today, well, actually, right when I was over there getting my stuff ready for this live, I was wondering if you were going to be sending things that might be related to this particular case, this clock case. And I've got a friend of mine who wants me to do a cloche. You know, one of my glass cloches I do at Christmas, the glass dome, the really big one, on a cake stand. It wants to commission me to do, he wants a Halloween-themed cloche done. But, you know, not in a case, a clock case, but he wants it under glass. So with that said, hang on one second. I'm going to grab something. I've got a question. I need your input. So here's what I'm going to ask you guys. This is a layer cake dome that I use on some of my cloches. So this will go typically on top of a case like this. And that's, you know, what I create under. This one's too small, of course, as you can see. But here's my question. I like to use these to build on because they're hollow underneath, and I can put all my wiring and my switches in here and stuff, and it's a great hiding spot. If I do a Halloween-themed cloche, do you think that can I use this one, but paint it black or gray, or blacken this one and then wipe it off so there's silver, so it looks like more aged pewter? Do you think that would work as the basis for like a haunted housey type under glass cloche? So yes, so paint it. So do it in any way, just use it, is what you're saying. Just use it. It doesn't matter whether I paint it black or paint it gray or I make it look like old aged pewter. It's going to work for a haunted house. Okay, cool. Good. I don't want to have to go source another, and I already have this. The only problem I'll need, yeah, it'll be painted. It won't be this. It's either going to be painted completely black, completely gray-ish black, or I'm going to go over it with a black paint, and then I'm going to rub the black paint off the high points so that the silver shows through, and you've got black base. So it's going to be something like that, but yeah. Yeah, it'll be creepy with black, you're right. And then I'm going to build something with, you know, 4 walls or 3 walls and build some haunted creation under there. Perhaps, yeah, that could be. I could do that too. I could do the wax strippy effect with hot glue and then paint it. All right, You guys answered my question. Perfecto. I'm going to set it down there to the side so I trip on it. And you guys can watch me trip on it. All right, let me get some measurements here real quick. Looks like 2.5, 2.5, 5.5. All right, this is where I don't look at the screen. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just cutting, what I'm doing right now is cutting foam core. I'm cutting this piece of foam core down. Always have a handy straight edge like this one. This is awesome metal. Comes in handy for discipline and for making sure you cut a straight line. More so for discipline though. That's really where it's primarily used. But sometimes I use it for cutting straight lines. And this thing will leave a mark for sure. They're gonna knock me off of TikTok because of inciting violence. Let's see, 5.5 inches. 5.5, and I think 11. Alrighty. So another thing I did this week, since the last time I talked to you guys, I did a little research on how to create cobwebs in a haunted house. And I found I'd like to say this now because I'm 60, so a lot of people, or most people in the adult world now are younger than me. So I like to say young woman because she was younger than me. So a young woman was doing haunted houses and she uses this stuff called, oh Lord, I forgot already. I already ordered it. It's called Spider something, but it's like a plastic resiny thing, liquid that you put into a micro spray gun, and you spray that into a haunted house scene or onto the chandelier, and it creates cobwebs. And the further back you go, the more it gives that cobwebby kind of Disney look to it. And I'm going to be doing that to this particular clock case. So there's going to be a lot of cobwebs in here as well, just so you know. Yeah, poor Steve. Yeah, believe me, Steve is not watching this live tonight. Had I said anything like that, I would be the one getting the ruler. Yeah, not allowed to say things like that. You know that's all in jest. All right, so these two panels fit fine. I think we got I want to make sure that, yeah, it looks like it re-aimed my blue LED. But I think I'm adjusting the LED. That one LED I like for it to shine on the fireplace. You missed this part about my ruler. My ruler serves two purposes: measuring, straight edges, and discipline. That's where that came from. All right, so the side panels are created. Here they are. Both my side panels. They're just standard old foam core. So guys, if you want to do a project like this, I'm just using standard foam core from your friendly Michaels. By the way, has anyone been in a Michaels store lately? I'm just going to call out poor old Michaels. Their self-checkout process is the worst self-checkout process I have ever come across. It is clunky, irritating, annoying. Your rewards is under your phone number. You have to enter all that into this giant screen, or you have to fumble with your phone and pull up your app and try to find your rewards barcode so you can scan that. And you know how Michaels always had coupons so you get 20% off one item in the store? They don't do that anymore. So I was in there last night buying some foam core, and I went through. I did not have a good time at the self-checkout, let's put it that way. I was very much being a man who's 60 wearing a Hawaiian shirt, which I was. As a matter of fact, I was wearing this shirt at Michael's last night. So, yeah, I was being a stereotype, being very irritating at the checkout. Who I couldn't hear you, so I'm not sure. Mama, did I miss something? Yeah, you refuse to use self-checkout? Yeah, Michael's they only have self-checkout in one register. And I think that's what irritated me. I was standing right near the cashier, and she just stands there And she doesn't say anything to me. She doesn't say, please step forward. She doesn't say, can I help you? She just stands there. And finally, she pointed down the line and said that you can use that self-checkout down there. Well, I'd already looked at it, and one of them had a sign that said out of order taped on it. And the other one had a big warning thing on the center of it, said, please contact a sales associate. I'm like, neither one of those terminals work. So I was already triggered by the time that I got in there. So I was being a little irritable at Michael's. All right, let me put some spray mount on this real quick. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just adding a little spray. People who are clicking through the lives, they see, they stop on this live and go, look, it's one of those lives where there's nobody there. So what I did is put some spray mount on here, and I'm going to adhere this scrapbook paper, and then I'm going to cut it away. This textured scrapbook paper, by the way, really provides a great surface for creating that plaster of Paris, old lap and plaster kind of look for your walls. Which we're going to do as well. Whoopsie. I'm the daddy. Not here. All right. There we go. Panel number 1. Now I'm going to do panel number 2. $34 people in my live. Love it. I love that you guys are loyal. Thank you for sticking around. You know, when I'm thinking about doing a live at night, when the garden's out there going, water, I'm dedicated to you guys as well. Because I decided I have to do this live tonight. The plants can wait for a little bit. They'll be okay. So we've got our 2 pieces. And what I'll do is weather these out. I'm so glad that you guys talk to each other and I don't have to entertain you. This is perfect. It's ideal. All right. So the process for painting these, I have my black water here. Has a lot of paint in it. I have a paintbrush. I have scores of paintbrushes, but I like this one the most because it's turned into like a mop practically. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of black paint, which is a watered down chalk paint. I have this card with a little bit of paint on it. I'm going to wet that a little bit, kind of like dealing with watercolors. See what I'm doing? And then I'm just going to do a wash onto my paper to kind of give it a weathered look. Old and moldy. Do not say a word. I refuse to be called old and moldy. All right. The thing about this is I don't want to get it too wet because it screws up the spray mount. I've got my towel here. I'm going to do a blot. A 61-year-old lazy retired woman. Who is that, Chipper? Never heard of her. All right, so we got a little bit of weathered look there. I may have gotten that one too wet. Hey, Groovy. Welcome to the Artful Roger Live. Appreciate you being here. Still working on the Halloween clock case, making a little progress. You know, Halloween is getting so close, I've really got to work hard and fast. Hey, Shannon, welcome. The crew will take care of you, Shannon. When I'm ignoring you, the crew isn't. All right. There they are. Wet and wonderful. And we'll glue those in later. I had a little trouble with these coming off earlier. I'm looking around for I may press these under something. Excuse me. Yeah, I had to put those to the side. They're going to have to press a little bit to actually adhere. And the cat, by the way, I want to talk about the cat. I did the side panel, so I'm going to put this back panel back on. I want to talk to you guys about that because I need some input. All right, so there it is again. All right, you see it. I took the figure out of the woman. I took that figure out. So this is our cat. This is our cat, Onyx. What I'm thinking of doing with Onyx is putting Onyx on the mantle. Like wondering about the mantle. Hopefully Onyx doesn't fall off. Let me see if I can show that to you. So what do you think of Onyx being on the mantle? I think that's the best place since the jack-o'-lantern's got the floor position. We're going to put Onyx up on the mantle. That's where I'll glue Onyx. So I've got that. That's going in. You hear flip-flops. You would hear correct. You would hear correct, yes. Flip-flops and shorts. Yeah, it is. It's like it's looking around and up there. Yeah, so the cat will go. That's where our cat's going to go. Good. So let me get kitty cat down. So the other thing that's going in there, I have this creepy clock. That's going to go in there, and I think where that's going, that is kind of go stand away from the wall a little bit, behind in the spotlight behind the figure, so you can kind of see it sitting up in there. What do you think? You like? So the old clock will just be sitting in there, not against the wall, but just kind of sitting out in the room. And the final thing that's going to be on there, this old chair that I broke the leg on and cut out some of the stuff, some of the details, that is going to be laying on the floor on its side, right there. You can kind of see it. So it'll just be a piece of old furniture, and our figure, our ghost, is going to be standing there right in that illuminated portion of the floor. So she'll have a clock behind her. Jack-o'-lantern will have Onyx up on the mantle, and I am debating on having a broken mirror or something like that on the wall. We were going to do a painting, but as it turned out, there's just not a lot of room in here. It's just a smaller space. It always seems so big until you start trying to furnish it and put things in it, and all of a sudden it becomes this tiny, itty-bitty space that you can't hardly get anything into. The blue is where it's where our ghost goes. Since you haven't seen this, Groovy, hang on. Here we go. I'm going to put her back in here. She's got a little tape on her because I haven't glued her in yet because she would be in the way. But let me show you. She's supposed to be a ghost. So you see how she's standing there. She's kind of got this ethereal glow where she's kind of floating on a cloud of, what is that stuff called? It's not ether. I forget what they call it. There's a name, plasma. Thank you. She's floating in plasma. All right, Groovy, you know I have to read that comment. Groovy said, oh, the streetwalker ghost. Exactly. Yeah, the old streetwalker. Jack the Ripper got her, and now she's a ghost. But she's in a really nice house, and she has a beautiful place to call her own. She absolutely does. She is. Here she is. She will haunt you, Groovy, in your sleep tonight. Groovy, take it in. I want you to take this in completely. Memorize it. Let me show you what she's going to look like as she walks away from you when she says, talk to the hand. This ghost is pissed. She's going to turn around like that, and she's going to walk away. This is what it's going to look like. But this, you're going to wake up in the night, it's going to be hanging right over your face, like floating right over you. Because you called her a streetwalker. She's coming to get you. Claudia Jean will haunt your dreams. So wait and see. Wait and see. She told me, what's that? I told him, Claudia Jean. I did. Yeah, she's been torturing me in my sleep at night, but I think she's heading to Groovy's house. Groovy, thank you. Thank you for pissing her off. It's perfect. Yeah, look at Groovy. Oh, Groovy. Uh-huh. You think that's going to work? Watch. Look. She's unaffected. Look at that. She's looking right at your stuff. She's not even affected at all. No smoke, no burning, no nothing. She didn't even say it burns. What's that? Oh, she says it doesn't burn. Oh. Oh, she actually likes it. Groovy, bring it on. See? It's okay, Claudia Jean. It's okay. You can see Groovy tonight. You've had it. Never piss off my little figures, ever. And Groovy, I just want you to know, this one's coming next. So, keep on. I've got lots of figures for you. I got lots of them. Well, guys, it has been 7:30 and it's been 30 minutes. I told you I'd give you half an hour, which is exactly what I did. I kept my word. Unfortunately, I have to go disrobe and water plants. And when I say disrobe, it means I'm taking off the shirt, but I'm going to re-robe before I go outside. I promise you, I will not subject the neighbors to anything that could get me put into an institution. So that's what I'm about to do. It's always great seeing you guys. I hate that these are so short. I can't believe I used to do 2-hour lives, but that's when it's winter, when I have nothing else to do. And tonight, I have a ton to do. Guys, thank you for joining. Gay May, love the shirt. Thank you. My closet is full. Just saying. Guys, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next live. Take care. Yes, you hear flip-flops.